we're back on an exciting installment of Singularity with who's sitting next to me?
Your mother.
No.
I mean your father.
Steven's your mother. Steven's your mother?
I don't know how else to say
Plot
that.
twist.
I don't know how to say this. I'm pregnant, Trevor.
Is that from the Deadpool trailer?
The test footage.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm so pumped. Ooh, more research.
I am looking. I want to. Okay, there's this hilarious video that IGN did with Deadpool, and it has IGN interviewing Deadpool.
Yeah.
Not Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool.
Yeah.
And it is. He did a really good job. I love this one video that he talks about testicular cancer.
Yeah.
He also
that was great.
he also talks about breast cancer, but well, not him. A lady talks about breast cancer, but he talks about before and after.
Yeah.
Oh, can I? Cool if I talk about what we were talking about at the end of the last episode.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
So after I finished The Last of Us, I found a cool video on a channel called Errant Signal, and it gave me a hard look at how AAA gaming is made.
Yeah.
Because they do this thing where it's a technique called oil and water.
Yeah.
So where story is the oil and the gameplay is the water. They're totally separate things. They're not blended together.
Yeah, gameplay and story segregation.
And it was interesting how much the games do that nowadays. Like you can see this in this game. Like story is only told in moments where you're completely taken away in first person.
Yeah.
And it's just broken up in these segments of shooting. Same with Half-Life.
Yeah. And I mean, it's funny how Half-Life 2 gets a lot of credit for being one of the less bad examples of that, because all the story, you never totally lose control, and you're always in first person.
Do.
But at the same time, like, those story sections are basically cutscenes, all except for the fact that, you can still run around and stuff. And I mean, that's not nothing, but it's not nearly as much as as it could be.
Yeah. And I have a very, very little knowing of how games made. Like, I'm only a sound engineer, and I don't even know how they program sound. We were gonna try at one point, but what sucked was I was gonna make music for a Unity demo that my teacher had, but we had a newer version of Unity, so we couldn't get the demo to work on the version we had. So for my last assignment in college, I got to score a trailer, another trailer.
Nice.
And don't get me wrong, it was fun. It was this cheesy action movie.
Yeah.
It was called Agent MX0, and it's just like it's cheesy, it's dumb, and it's actually it was a lot of fun doing it because I only had a week to do it, and so it added like a little stress to it. Mm-hmm. And what was a lot of fun is I took a lot of inspiration from Mr. Robot.
Great
show.
Very nice.
Right before it came out, because I was actually only looking at the trailers for it.
Ah, nice.
And so I took a little bit more minimalistic with synth and those little bump, like in a Drive 2.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked with that a lot because I want to make sure. It's interesting when you score a scene. In the moments when they're talking and you want to add music, you have to add a very minimal amount because you don't want it to take over.
Yeah. And
you only want the music to really show off. When there's like no talking, you just want to describe the people.
Yeah.
Which is it's interesting when you try and get in that mentality. You try to understand the characters in the script, if there is one. So I always thought that was interesting, and we also dubbed the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. That was a lot of fun, but we spent like almost the whole quarter on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, fine. Just do it that way.
It was a lot of fun though. My last quarter of college was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Once you hit the point in, I think most fields or at least most kind of practical technical fields where you're actually doing doing things instead of learning how to do things, it becomes really fun.
It's also
Can I say a good quote really quick before we start talking?
Go.
In the famous words of Adam Savage, you should teach kids how to do things and enjoy things, not teach them how to take tests.
Oh my God, yes.
Great Adam Savage quote. Continue.
And it's also interesting at the end because when you do these certain types of work, you won't necessarily enjoy it. Like I only felt happy with some projects like at the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were dubbing, it took days and hours, and we were just tired by the end of it. But then once I showed it off to a few people, I felt really proud of it at the end of the day.
See, that's the problem with humanity is you want to be appreciated for your work. That's what the deal with everybody though.
I mean, at the end of you got to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
You always have to do it for yourself, not
Oh,
just.
dear.
Hey,
I think
this definitely isn't the boss
There's a
fight
great.
arena.
You know what you're talking about? Being appreciated for your work.
Yes.
Me and Nate, we played through a game called The Beginner's Guide.
Great game.
Yeah. That was
Great,
good.
great. I know Walking Simulator gets a weird rap, but
Oh my god.
I like what Jim Sterling says about it. Is when you take out a certain element of gameplay, that you have to replace it with something more. Like in this, Firewatch is a good example. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard nothing but good things. Like just having a conversation with someone and getting to know them over time.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
a good way
shooting him
of
before he's even
using
throwing barrels at me.
mechanics. Oh, destroy that barrel!
No, I'm picking up that barrel.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah, no, because before he threw it at you, it was like not in time yet.
I like how I'm
Hey,
talking
buddy.
about totally different games right now.
Yeah. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, the fight here is, I mean, it's a big dude with a lot of health who throws barrels at you, kind of like the little dudes throw barrels at you, but he's bigger and he
It's
has
like
more
that
health.
mid-boss, that midway
Yeah.
boss thing. No, but back to our little topic, how it gets taken away, and actually I should go back to the appreciation of art. Again, Aaron Signal. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. He does like he does a style of a long form essay.
Mm-hmm. Mad props to Chris Franklin.
Uh-oh, his blue is freaking out.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it's always interesting when you see these. Same with like Satchel Bag.
Satch bag. Yeah.
Satch Bag good. Oh, Satchel like a
Buddy.
bag Drakes.
Mhm.
That's a funny name. I won't lie.
Whoa.
How they really get into depth and talk about it, and how that game specifically, how we haven't been able to really talk about it
Yeah.
correctly in the normal sense of how we usually talk about games.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole thing about how he talks about Coda.
Yeah.
I know the thing about it, Coda spoilers. Coda doesn't exist
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
played it. It's the whole thing is about him
Hey, let me shoot you in the
specifically, and how, say after the success of the Stanley Parable, he felt really stressed. I guess is
Yeah.
it a way?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I guess either with a follow up or his appreciation for the
Yeah.
work, and if you play through it, you can kind of see because Davey, how do you say it? What's his last name? Davey Weir,
Something like that? I don't recall.
video game Davey.
Yeah.
The voice you
Oh my
listen to
God.
throughout the game, he's actually the bad guy.
Yeah.
It was funny when I played through it a second time, and I was like, wow, he really is a bad guy when you thought he was a good guy.
Yeah.
You almost had a shotgun ammo, man.
I know.
He's got 12
Doesn't sound
bullets.
Like this.
You mean shells?
Bullets, shells, close enough.
I
I
was
don't speak gun.
I taught shotgun to kids for a few years, and
Ed.
there was
Ed,
always that
Ed.
difference. You always got to tell them.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Bringing it back to the boss fight for a second, one
Yeah.
thing that does look really annoying is that the weak spots are only apparent from
Down he
certain angles.
goes.
Yeah.
But the
Wait.
Yeah,
Oh, is
show
that
that-
lady from earlier?
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's Catherine.
where is she? Yeah, Catherine with the
Oh,
with the C, right?
Kevin with a K.
no,
Oh,
this-
Catherine with the K.
Which one do you
Catherine
want
with a K and a backwards
Yeah.
R,
Where has she been this whole time?
aka not Alex Manson.
Oh my
No,
God.
I'm not gonna make more Half-Life references. I've done too much of that
She
already.
is very happy.
Dog.
Yeah.
I always like when you see these,
Mhm.
and like you can do so much, but nothing will happen.
Yeah.
But it'll only happen because she did the character you
Yeah.
have does something. Like I like this one example Super Bunny Hop did when he was reviewing Call of Duty Ghosts,
Oh yeah.
where he was shooting a monitor, and it would still survive, but it wouldn't after a quick punch from his from the
Yep.
character next to you.
Yeah. That's actually one of the most frustrating things about game writing in general.
Oh, dude.
is those points where it's like not that specific example, but there are a lot of points that come up where like failure is forbidden until it becomes required because the story needs you to fail.
Yeah.
Like it's like those boss fights where if you lose the fight, you have to restart. But then if you
Oh
win
my
the
God.
fight, a cutscene happens and you wind up being captured. It's like, you needed me to be captured. Why couldn't I just get captured after losing? Why did you make me play that fight
Dude, you're missing some
times?
shotgun rounds. Hey, there's some more shotgun rounds. Look at that.
More bullets. I
Pow,
wonder.
pow, bang, bang, bullet, bullet, gun.
I
I'm
wonder,
Yeah.
a cowboy. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I wonder how much of those, or at least, it seems like those ammo containers would be a really convenient place to put, like, I guess, dynamic bullets for whatever you happen to be running really low on.
Mm-hmm.
I know some games will do that where, like, there will be more health kits in the level if you're low on health. And in some ways it's kind of annoying, because it means that the game gets, or it means, like, the game's difficulty isn't entirely appropriate, so overcoming the challenge doesn't feel as good, but it's also kind of nice in games like this, where I really like my shotgun, and I don't have no bullets for it, even though it's the most satisfying weapon to use.
Yeah.
That's a true fact. And on the next installment, we're going to talk about more true facts. You know what else is the truth?
What is the truth?
It's out there.
You can't handle the truth.
Yes!
I made an X-Files reference. I appreciate my X-Files reference.
No, I appreciated it. I just wanted to one-up you.
I'm okay with that.
See you next time.